March 17, 1943. Tirpitzufer, 77-78, Berlin. The folder hit the mahogany desk so hard that coffee spilled from Admiral Wilhelm Canaris's porcelain cup. Intelligence papers that could mean death if the Gestapo found them. Impossible. The Americans are pushing lies through captured spies. Through the high windows of Abwehr headquarters, Canaris saw the Landwehr Canal, where Rosa Luxemburg's body floated 24 years before. Now, as head of German military intelligence, he gripped a report that shattered Nazi lies and the math behind German triumph. From intercepted messages and agents in Mexico City, Ford's Willow Run plant churned out one 4-engine B-24 Liberator bomber every hour. The B-24 Liberator, 1.5 million parts, 450,000 rivets, 30,000 pieces, forming an 18-ton beast, rolling out faster than Germany-made basic Kübelwagen trucks. Major Friedrich Wilhelm Heinz, rigid before the desk, had checked the data 3 times. The figures held firm. What neither grasped was this spark would ignite the worst intelligence flop in modern war. German spies failing to grasp, trust, or tell Nazi bosses the real might of American factories, sealing the Third Reich's doom through deadly math errors. The breakdown in grasping American output started 2 years back. In 1941, Luftwaffe General Karl Koller showed Hermann Goering reports from Attaché General Friedrich von Boedeker in Washington, claiming American plane output neared 2,000 monthly. Goering chuckled, declaring Americans built fridges and razors, not warplanes. The Americans bluff, Goering told Hitler at the Wolf's Lair in December 1941, 4 days past Pearl Harbor. Their democracy weakens them, their mixed races slow them, their Jews corrupt them. They can't make what they boast. By March 1943, German spy webs in the Americas reported facts clashing with Nazi race myths and economy views. Sources varied. Mexican tycoons friendly to Germany, Spanish envoys, Swedish traders in Detroit, even snatched mail from American workers to kin in neutral lands. All echoed the wild claim. Ford's Willow Run alone outbuilt all German plane plants together. Oberstleutnant Nikolaus Ritter, chief of Abwehr's Air Intel Section, Oberkommando der Luftwaffe, pored over data for 3 weeks. A pre-war Lufthansa pilot who lived in America 10 years, Ritter knew United States industry better than most German brass. His 1920s Manhattan flat overlooked the Chrysler Building rise. He saw Americans build the tallest tower in under 2 years. "Admiral," Ritter told Canaris, "if these stats hold, and I think they do, Germany has lost already. It's just math and time now." The intel flowed through risky paths, each deadlier than last. Georg Nikolaus ran Abwehr's main net in Mexico City, farming sources among American oilmen, shuttling between Detroit and Mexico's fields. These talked loosely of wonders seen, blind to German ears, jotting every word. On February 3, 1943, oil boss Harold Morrison hit a bash at the German-Mexican Commerce Association in Mexico City. After tequilas, he described his Willow Run tour, set by Ford, to wow backers on war deals. "Gentlemen," Morrison said, clueless that Wolfgang Blau, a German spy posing as Argentine leather trader, memorized it all. What I witnessed beats words. The line stretches over a mile. The halls so huge, clouds grew inside, sometimes raining indoors. Think of it. 42,000 workers, including thousands of women, Negro women, craft the toughest machine ever. Morrison sketched on a napkin. The bomber holds 2 bays, each 4,000 pounds of bombs, 4 engines at 1,200 horsepower each. They make parts in chunks, subassemblies, Ford says, merging like streams to ocean. Wings from one way, bodies from another, tails from a third. They join exact on the line. Blau probed casual. But such tricks mean brakes, slowdowns surely. Morrison guffawed. That's what Consolidated thought. They jeered Ford, said planes aren't cars, but Ford split the bomber to 60,000 steps. Each worker repeats one job. A lady who cooked breakfast yesterday now fits hydraulic lines in tails. They learn in days, not months. Maybe the richest intel came via Francisco Franco's Spain. Colonel José Ungría, Spanish attaché in Washington, buddied with United States plane makers while slipping data to Germany for Thompson swaps key to Spanish mills. In March 1943, Ungría met Charles Sorensen, Ford's production wizard and Willow Run's designer, at the Argentine embassy. Sorensen, thinking in neutral company, spilled freely. Colonel Sorensen said, and his words hit Berlin in 2 weeks. When I toured Consolidated San Diego plant in 1940, they built B-24s outside in Sun, each unique, 180,000 man-hours apiece. I knew better was possible. Ungría pushed for specs, posing as engineer fan. Sorensen, beaming, shared. One night in my San Diego hotel, I mapped the flow. We'd make bombers like cars, not crowds on still frames, but frames past still workers. Each does set tasks over, mastering by repeat. The Spaniard asked on crew hurdles and complexity. We run a school training 8,000 workers weekly, Sorensen answered. Women make 40%, better at fine work. Small hands in tight spots, more steady on repeats. Negro workers run fancy machines. Boys of 16 handle supplies. Democracy taps all people. Through Swedish, Argentine, and Japanese-Turkish lines, German spies got matching tails on Willow Run's pace. Swedish engineer Erik Lundberg, toured in March 1943, reported, the plant runs with efficiency beyond European grasp. 1,600 special tools, many for one job. Investment huge, maybe $200 million on tools alone. Japanese attaché Toshikazu Kasi's cable to Tokyo, snatched by British codebreakers, read, this one plant outmakes Japan's whole air industry monthly. By April 1943, German intel pieced data from 17 sources, nailing the rate. Numbers stunned. Willow Run hit 650 B-24s monthly at top. Full United States B-24 output, over 1,400 monthly. Hungry for proof, Canaris greenlit Operation Pastorius, sneaking saboteurs by sub. George John Dasch, head of one four-man squad, lived in America 20 years till 1939. His hidden orders, scout plane making before blasts. In wee hours June 13, 1942, Dasch's team hit Amagansett, Long Island, from U-202 post-midnight. Days later, haunted by the task and knowing United States power, Dasch gave up to the FBI. In grilling, Dasch shocked captors. Canaris said Berlin doubts your output, thinks Willow Run fake, wanted photos, head counts, ship logs, to shove truth at Göring. FBI agent Charles Landman gaped. They doubt a bomber hourly? Dasch laughed sour. Agent Landman, I lived here, saw your car plants, told them if Ford made cars per minute pre-war, bombers per hour in war, easy. They called me defeatist. On April 20th, 1943, Hitler's 54th birthday, Canaris handed intel to Göring at Carinhall, the Reichsmarshal's flashy hunt lodge north of Berlin. The clash became legend in German spy circles for Göring's reality denial. Canaris brought photos, snagged papers, dozens of reports, spread them on Göring's huge oak table like losing cards. Herr Reichsmarschall Canaris started wary. 17 sources confirm Ford's Willow Run hits, one B-24 Liberator hourly at peak since January. Göring, over 280 pounds then, grabbed a photo of the endless line. Canaris, he sneered, you think me dumb. Wooden fakes, propaganda props. Americans want us believing planes like sausages. Willow Run, maybe 50 monthly tops. Canaris showed a snagged Pennsylvania Railroad list on aluminum hulls. Herr Reichsmarschall, 16 million pounds monthly there, more than our whole output. Göring barked a laugh. Where's this aluminum from? Negro workers? Women riveters? Canaris, American tricks fooled you. A week on, Canaris hit the Wolf's Lair to brief Hitler with Generals Jodl, Keitel, and propaganda chief Joseph Goebbels. Hitler, eyeing Eastern Front maps for Operation Citadel at Kursk, heard Canaris impatient. Mein Führer, Canaris risked all. If Americans make 1,400 B-24s monthly, plus same B-17S, plus fighters, plus British, air raids will crush our shields soon. Hitler's snap, typical. Admiral, Americans mass simple stuff, cars, fridges. But bombers need exact craft, skill, zeal. We took 6 years prepping war. They claim this in 16 months. Impossible. Yodel-eyed figures, figured math. Even quarter true, the numbers are grave. Hitler cut in. Americans joined December 1941. Building this wonder plant so fast? No, the numbers are lies. Unbeknownst, Canaris snagged Willow Run film via Swiss contacts, smuggled in Spanish bags. 5 minutes showed the mile-long line humming. Canaris and aide Hans Oster viewed it locked away. Camera panned full stretch. B-24s in stages glided by. Workers, men, women, black, white, moved machine-like. Clocks proved timing. My God, Oster breathed. True. Canaris torched the film with his lighter. Can't show. They'd claim we faked or betrayed. In November 1943, German spies got aerial shots via Spanish diplomat. Analysts pored over them for weeks. Findings: 12,000 cars in lots. 3 shifts confirmed. 47 ready B-24s at field. Lines seen via skylights, spaced as said. Rails loaded with freight. Photos, match reports. Rate true. Urge strategy rethink. Göring dismissed, saying American photo tricks. Likely models. Dr. Albert Speer, Hitler's arms chief and sole Nazi grasping factories, secretly got the intel. His May 15, 1943 diary, found post-war, shows despair. If Willow Run half true, not defeat, but wipeout. They outplay us yearly, monthly, can't voice it. Death sentence. Dr. Otto Ohlendorf, SD homehead and economist, crunched United States data. His December 1943 note to Himmler, blunt. Ford's 1941 output, 1.1 million vehicles. Switch to bombers now. By June 1944, United States B-24s alone drop our 1940 London bomb load daily. On Christmas Eve 1943, Canaris got 1944 United States forecasts. B-24 Liberators, 18,000. B-17. Flying Fortresses, 12,000. B-29 Super Fortresses, 1,000. Fighters, 40,000. Total, 86,000 planes. Americans say more planes in 1944 than history's total. Ridiculous. By February 1944, Canaris ousted for gloom and disloyalty. Replacement Walter Schellenberg, Nazi diehard, dared not buck Hitler or Göring. But truth broke through. February 20th, 1944. Big week. United States 8th Air Force hit Operation Argument. Over 1,000 bombers on German plants. 6 days dropped more than Luftwaffe's full blitz on Britain. Luftwaffe ace Adolf Galland told Göring, Herr Reichsmarschall, I counted over 800 bombers, one group, real planes, real bombs. June 6, 1944. Over 11,000 Allied planes over France. Luftwaffe scraped under 300 fighters. Field Marshal Hugo Sperle wired Berlin. Enemy air rule total. Was our intel right? We fooled ourselves. By April 1944, Willow Run peaked. That month, 2 9-hour shifts, 6 days weekly, made 453 planes in 468 hours. One done B-24 every 63 minutes. 42,331 workers. 11,000 women, 26%. 3,800 African Americans, 9%. 1,200 disabled, 3%. This mix would crush Nazi race myths. Lesser folks outbuilt the master race hugely. Post-war, surviving German spies spilled the flop. Walter Schellenberg at Nuremberg said, We knew American output truth early 1943. Every professional spy saw numbers real. Reporting risked death for defeatism. Hans Bernd-Gisevius, in Memoirs, wrote, The tragedy was not lacking intel on United States making. We were swamped in it. The tragedy was leaders shunned it, clashing with race creed. Truth-tellers paid dear. Admiral Wilhelm Canaris hanged April 9, 1945, Flossenburg. Hans Oster hanged April 9, 1945, Flossenburg. Alexis von Roana beheaded October 19, 1944, July 20th. Plot. Hans Bernd Gisevius fled to Switzerland, lived. United States bomb survey backed German reports. Willow Run built 8,685 B-24s from 1942 to 1945. Peak 650 monthly. Hourly rate held for months. Cost per plane fell from $238,000 to $137,000. Albert Speer, post-war, was asked, "Why doubt intel on American output?" He answered, "Accepting Ford's hourly bomber meant our worldview wrong. Democracy strong, not weak. Race mixing makes strength, not flaw. Women do men's jobs meant war unwinnable." Who tells Hitler? Rose Will Monroe, the real Rosie the Riveter, riveted B-24s. She and thousands like her flocked to factories post-Pearl Harbor. "We knew building big," Monroe said in a 1984 chat. "Each rivet shortened war, double shifts, naps on cots. Brothers, husbands fought overseas. We fought through them." Disbelief in Willow Run wrecked strategy. Fighters over bombers delayed. Germany kept building bombers till late 1944. Resources squandered on wonder weapons over real shields. Plans for hundreds of bombers, not thousands. Peace bids late, from blindness to doom. German number crunches on seized papers showed the scale. Willow Run, $200 million invested. German air investment 1933 to 1945, $400 million equivalent. Willow Run, 3.5 million square feet. All German plants, 8 million combined. Willow Run alone, 2.5 million kilowatt-hours monthly. Americans made one plant gulping more power than some German cities. And the tally, war over, truth out. B-24 total, 18,188. Willow Run, 8,685. B-17, 12,731. United States planes, 1940 to 1945, 303,717. German 1940 to 1945, 94,700. United States tripled Germany while two-ocean warring. Historians dub German intel flop on American output a top military blunder, not a gathering fail. Agents nailed accurate details. An acceptance fail. Leaders shunned clashing views. Dr. Gerhard Weinberg summed it. German intel nailed United States output early 1943. Believed and acted on, maybe peace 2 years sooner, millions saved. The tale teaches deep. Bias blinds. Intel ditched if against beliefs. Ideology blinds. Creed trumps math. Systems punishing truth get lies. Underestimating foes dooms. At a 1985 Yankee Air Museum opening at Willow Run, ex-Rosie Rose Will Monroe met ex-Luftwaffe pilot Hans Rudel. Rudel asked, "How so many so quick?" Monroe answered, "Honey, showed up daily. Did our jobs. No fancy. Clock in, build bombers, clock out. Democracy, simple. Free folks doing their best." Rudel said, "We were told democracy weakens, diversity slows. Those lies killed millions." In Berlin's ruins, May 1945, United States spies found the last German report on Willow Run, dated April 20th, 1945, Hitler's final birthday. Willow Run output true, reported 2 years back. Unbelieved. Germany falls not from intel lack but wisdom to trust against wishes. Let generations learn. Reality ignores ideology. Math defies myth. Ignored truth turns tragic. The report went undelivered. Hitler was bunkered. The 1,000-year Reich was dying. Thousands of American bombers, many from Willow Run, hammered the point German intel tried, making 2 years prior. History's lesson: German intel was sharp. Their acceptance was fatal. In failing to heed uncomfortable truths, a warning for all. Reality ignores beliefs. Deny them for creed and be destroyed by it. Willow Run made more than bombers. It proved democracy thrives. Diversity bolsters. Freedom yields. German spies tallied it all. Their leaders believed none of it. That disbelief slew the Third Reich as sure as any bombs.